talked a little bit about it earlier. January 4th, more like a normal day. I know it's cold, but...
Yeah, today was just 1 degree above average. 53 and 32. It's 52 and 32 are the averages. So not bad. Tomorrow's going to be colder, and when you put the rain in there, it's going to be miserable. So this is the setup. This is all everyone's talking about this weekend. Now, it's going to be a quick-moving system. It's mainly ice and rain. Yeah, a little bit of snow in the mountains, but almost no accumulation there until the backside. The ice is going to be primarily in the morning. So if you want to avoid this completely, I'm not joking, sleep in, enjoy your coffee at home, and then wait till lunchtime to leave the house. You won't have to deal with any of this. Even in areas of the foothills, likely going to be all done by then, if not by mid-afternoon when all the moisture moves out of the area. There's our system. We can clearly see it. And this is not a snow setup. We don't have cold air from the cloud all the way to the ground. We've got this warm nose, and we're going to kind of bounce back and forth between freezing rain and rain. Some of it initially might start as sleet, but it's going to be a pretty quick transition. Now, Futurecast has been fairly consistent on where we see the cold air trapped against the mountains. Here comes the rain early Saturday, and again, could be some sleet initially in there, even with temperatures above freezing, but this is the primary area right there. Yeah, highest ridges might be some snow, but that ice kind of sits there until about, I'd say 9-10 o'clock, and then even there, eventually it becomes all rain. Now again, remember, the difference between ice and water is just 1/10 of a degree. 32.0, you got ice. 32.1, you're switching back to liquid. So that'll be a quick transition as the warm air moves in. We just don't have cold air anchored long enough and in a position where it's continuously pumped in from the northwest to supply cold air to keep this all wintry precipitation. In fact, here's the chance of seeing 1/10 of an inch of ice. You can see the highest chances here. Even in Charlotte, the chance is about 1 to 5%. So this is not a huge amount. 1/10 of an inch is usually a nuisance ice, not enough to cause major issues. But this area right in here, this is our primary concern. Now, significant ice would be a 1/4 inch. This is typically where we start to see issues with power lines and trees. There's just a 5% chance in here, but there is a narrow corridor, about 10%. So if we're going to see the ice be a little more dangerous, it would be in these areas in yellow or green where that potential could occur. And that's kind of where I have the highest chance, about 1/10 of an inch to maybe 2/10 of an inch of ice in those areas, a glaze to 1/10 of an inch elsewhere. And again, elevated surfaces, you're looking at mainly bridges and overpasses. This also includes your front porch, your deck, anything that can get air around it is likely going to be colder than the road surfaces. Many roads will just be wet. This stuff will be up on the trees or in elevated surfaces and not so much on the road. So that's something we'll watch though early Saturday. If you're traveling early Saturday, the bridges and overpasses in particular will be a problem. Here's some timing to help you out. Again, Boone probably going to start as snow or sleet, change to freezing rain, and even rain there before it goes back to snow. But everybody else starts as a little bit of that ice and changes to rain pretty quickly by the middle of the day. So a lot of this happens before you even get up. Now, long range, this isn't the only storm system I'm watching. There's our system Saturday. This one on Tuesday could be a more dangerous system for more people because it's going to have a whole lot more wind, not the winter precipitation, but wind, heavy rain, and maybe severe weather. This could likely bring widespread power outages and trees coming down because we could see widespread gusts 40, 50 miles per hour. Just to give you an early heads up, Tuesday afternoon, this is a day we're going to have to watch carefully. It might be one of those days we want you to stay weather aware because potentially we could see some damaging winds. You saturate the soil and get those type of winds, you're typically going to see some trees come down in that situation. So here's a look at your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. There's your system Saturday. Look how warm that system is on Tuesday. That's why it's not winter. It's more of a spring setup. Very windy, wet, temperatures in the 60s. And let's go 10 days into the future and see another system heading our way late next week. So drought concerns are certainly going to go away with all of this rain.
Okay, Brad, thank you.